The day of Eid. We tend to associate it with worshiping together in congregation, visiting friends and relatives, exchanging gifts, and having that sense of joy and accomplishment for the worship that we were able to offer in whether it be Ramadan or the 10 days of Dhul Hijjah. However, there are many people in our community whose Eid experience looks different. I'd like to highlight that if you could stick with me just a couple minutes in this video. There are some people in our community who they're not able to celebrate Eid openly. In fact, they're not able to even practice their Islam openly because their parents are hostile towards the religion, because their family won't accept them or will kick them out if they're dependent in many situations. This is something that is not theoretical. These are people that I know who are dealing with that in terms of that struggle just to practice their Islam openly, something that many of us take for granted. There are also those in our community who are not able to leave the house due to situations, due to physical impairment. They're not able to leave. And so they couldn't come and pray Eid with the congregation. They couldn't be together with the community. And they need support as well. There are some who are new Muslims or singularly practicing Muslims in their family who maybe they were able to come to Eid prayer, but now they go home. Everyone else is busy with their families and their situations, and they're left alone. That was my situation once. I want you to remember that in our religion, this is very beautiful. In Islam, the Eid in both cases, the one after Ramadan and the one in the month of the Hajj, both of them have built into them a consideration for the less fortunate. You look at Eid al-Fitr in Ramadan, the Zakat al-Fitr, the money that is paid to support poor families, poor individuals who can't afford food, that is paid, that food is given in fact, so that way they can enjoy the day along with everyone else. And when you do the sacrifice after the Hajj, or in the Hajj season, Dhul Hijjah, that sacrifice that we do in Dhul Hijjah, it's recommended that 1/3 of that is given to support the needy. Now, if that's the case for physical assistance, for helping with hunger, don't you think Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, don't you think that God Almighty is concerned about the spiritual well-being of those people who are oppressed and unable to practice their faith, whether they be here or around the world, whether they're people who are forgotten due to their disability or lack of ability to leave their homes, or whether there's someone who doesn't have that family support. In all of those cases, we as a community need to do a better job and need to be mindful on this beautiful day to be supportive of them, to make dua for them at the least, to think about them, reach out by text or phone call if you can, invite them if you can. Make sure that we're thinking about those people who are in those situations. And if that situation is yours, if that's your circumstance, I want you to remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, وَهُوَ مَعَكُمْ أَيْنَمَا كُنْتُمْ. You're never alone. Allah is always with you. He's always supporting you. His angels are always supporting you. And in fact, your Eid may be many times more rewarding because of the struggle that you're going through, just as many of the companions of the Prophet had to do. That reward is something that you'll appreciate when it comes time to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But even if that reward is great, I know it's not an ideal situation, we don't embrace that for ourselves. So I want you to remember one more thing, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا إِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. He guarantees that any hardship that comes in our life, there is a double portion of ease that is assigned to that hardship. So when you're going through difficulty, then ease is always around the corner. Ease is always going to find its way to you. It's our job to be patient, to persevere, to be strong, to seek the reward of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to support those around us who need our assistance. May Allah Azza wa Jal allow us to be supportive. May He give everyone on this day of Eid happiness and joy. And if you're struggling, may Allah bring your ease faster and sooner than you expect.